is a place before CT and after CT in my life, how I live. And I've always lived a good life. I love my life. And yet, something was always missing, and I didn't know what that was.
The difference with this is it goes so deep. It's not just surface.
You can do psychotherapy for 10 years and reach to a point, let's say, and here in 5 days you can reach to the same point.
There is this need to grow out of the boxes, out of the family structures, out of the religious limitations.
In this workshop, working with all the elements needed to support someone is like the best ever that I experienced, the most efficient and complete.
Cellular transformation is not just a modality, it's a lifestyle, it's a path, it's a language, and that language is the language of energy. Being able to hear that and follow its pull is how we realize our divine purpose.
It's opening up a world that is not in the mind, and it's accessing places inside of the cellular structure of the body.
I understood how deep and how intelligent the work is, because I've done a lot of groups and not reaching that particular trauma that just poof, came up.
I've seen so many, we call it miracles, because we've struggled with some of these things so many years, and they're running us from the background, and suddenly there is a moment you can actually see what is happening. I was so blown away how sometimes something people held on for a long time can be just released by just being present with it.
It's taken the psyche and the physical body through a complete metamorphosis to wake up or expand the light that is at the core of every cell of our being.
We need to get out of our minds if we want to be really feeling what's true to us.
It's really not about some outside teaching. It's really a learning space. I'm learning to trust myself and what that means. It sounds easy to trust myself, and everybody tells us how to do it, but nobody tells us really how to. And in that space, I learn what that means.
It's about connecting to my power and everybody else doing the same and supporting each other.
In cellular transformation, the ultimate teacher is the light. Call it what you may, it's a higher power. It's a greater intelligence than our intellectual intelligence. And it wants to take us on this very powerful cellular transformation journey.
We're all connected to life force energy, whatever we call it, the light, God, spirit, you name it. But it's that pulse of creation that we're all connected to.
With CT, I really have the feeling that with the help of this greater intelligence, things that I used to do or things that, patterns that I used to act out, they just, either they have softened and I can catch them quicker, or they have just disappeared.
We're not externalizing it as some form of devotion or worship in some form, but we're internalizing it, we're embodying it.
I was always so anti-church, which then turned into me being anti-God. And yeah, with CT, it's like I found my connection back to spirit, you know, after several years of throwing it all out the window.
As the facilitator, I have to hold two things at the same time. I'm holding a doorway open to the light, and I'm also feeling the illusion or the opposite, the density, the fear, the pain that's coming up in everybody's body.
It really requires deep looking at oneself, and that's not always easy. But if I can look at that and hold it in the light, it can be healed in that moment.
It might be very confronting, and there'll be situations where you will be challenged. Your ego will be challenged, and that's also why I'm coming back. That, you know, obviously that's a lifelong journey.
It does ask a lot, you know. It really asks to drop these old behaviors, these old belief systems, to have a certain level of trust to say, hey, you know, I'm willing to come in and just lay everything onto the fire of who I am to burn.
Sometimes CT is honestly exorcism. Like, hands down, sometimes it really looks and feels that way.
It's for people who are kind of like hardcore. Like, it's for people who really actually have this like deep hunger and longing for something that they know that is available out there and they don't exactly know how to get it.
CT is not for the faint of heart. Like, you have to have actually a certain level of willingness, because you are going to face fear, and you have to want to do that.
We cannot do it alone, and the level of support that we give each other to move forward, to evolve, is just something I've never could imagine before.
There's something about the dynamic of a whole room of people, all having the intention to come together.
We're really in this together, so it really helps us to drop and be in that very vulnerable, very raw place.
Even just sitting in this space, everybody teaches me something.
There's no taboo but bringing anything in, really. And that, for me, creates a very safe container and a non-hierarchical place, so nobody puts themselves on top and holds the truth.
It sometimes takes a village to penetrate you, to make you more able to look into a blind spot. Yeah, of something we are not even aware how it demolishes our life and keeps us away from love.
We need one another to learn this language of energy, of truth, so that we can discern, am I trusting my ego in this moment, or am I trusting my higher self?
It's an alchemy of kind of radical truth, held in love and guided by spirit, and that creates the magic for me.
There's a lot of stuff we can't just do by ourselves, or what we can't see without the help of loving people around us.
Be prepared to join a new community of friends from all around the world. Be prepared to have a new family, you know.
There is so much appreciation for the individual, which is generating a womb of protection, which really makes this work possible. And I think a big part why this has happened is because Jennifer comes there as a human, in a way naked herself.
I've seen Jennifer be as vulnerable as anybody else in the field and show her humanness. And it's so easy to project onto a teacher. I've seen it so many times, I've heard so many stories, and I think Jennifer's very careful about that to not let that happen, and she does a great job of it.
My problem is hierarchy, my problem is people who think that they can explain the world to me, and she did not.
She doesn't put herself on a pedestal. She's also doing the work every time herself. So this makes it so much more intimate and real.
She's not just theoretical. She walks the talk, she's been there, she's done the work. And she always is open to work deeper on herself, and wow, I have so much respect for this.
This is the only way I've ever seen modeled where I can be with the people and yet holding space for them at the same time. And that's just such a gift.
I've done a lot of other therapeutic work and I've seen a lot of really, really good people. But I think what she has that makes it really unique is the freshness and aliveness.
It just never bores me. Like it's so fresh every time. There's nothing as predictable, and it's just the most fascinating perfection.
It's miracle after miracle. I witness each time in my life and in others' lives.
Just this feeling of this weight being lifted off, and it's absolutely magical.
It's pretty profound. Even for me, after all these years, I am still in awe and still brought to my knees. I'm like, wow.
The proof is really that it doesn't just work in the workshop room. That wouldn't be enough for me. I needed to work with, like, out in the real world, just at my work, with friends who are not spiritual.
There is no end, even if you feel already you have found your purpose, or, there is still so much more to explore.
Someone also was asking, so how many CTs have you done? And I'm like, I don't know, but I think 8 or something like that. And they're like, and what, and you're not transformed yet?
It's just such a beautiful ride to keep trusting it and see where it takes us. And it always takes us to the next edge of expansion, and then the next, and then the next. Infinite expansion.
It just feels like a gold mine. And it makes me also come back time after time to train this muscle of being more able to stand my ground.
I keep coming back because it keeps teaching me what following the energy means.
I come back because it's a way of living. After every CT, there's another layer peeled off to come closer to spirit, love, and connection. And that's basically the most important thing in life.
Why do I keep coming back to this work? It's a bit like an extreme sport. This is like jumping off a cliff with a parachute, and it's like I just keep going back for that buzz, that buzz.
I never felt like this, never felt this free and this light, and yes, he's just affirming it.
Exactly.
Yes, 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 yes. Finally, finally, finally.
Does it look okay? Oh, we're filming.
my mascara running.
I don't know how to say this.
The big eye, like.
I'm not getting used to it. I'm just warming up. It's like, yeah.
The guys lining up, the authorities, they just do what we want. There's no problem in the world. All the wars disappeared. We feel great, we look great. We are just in expansion all the time, but it's not the way I wanted to do it, so we delete it now.
Okay, I'll try again. I grew up in Northern Ireland, and I now live part between. Do we have to do it again? 10.
That's all, folks.
The end.